Hello and welcome back to Vintage Story on the Rusty Gears server. And we are outside our house that we've gotten built here. Gotten a bit of roadage down here. I like these fanned blocks, so I wanted to put some down and such. And finally got some of this trim stuff taken care of up there. The boards are a little bit of a pain. But through a recent ruin and such, I've managed to gather a few interesting objects and stuff that are not at some typical ruins, and books and stuff. And of course I went to Tech, so he's got a couple little figurines. A little bit more done on the kitchen. I like these jars, so I figured I needed to put stuff in here. We still got books and stuff to kind of fill out here. And I really like some of the stuff. Let's get some light here. And this is cute. A little guy on a horse with a sword. I mean, come on, it's a perfect little kid's toy. Something really weird. I don't even know what was going on in that room. Another QP Tech little guy. And we got some of our beds and stuff set up. There is a tree, I don't guess. And we could have a couple boxes. I think I got a few more to kind of put down and around and stuff, but I will get a few more toys and whatnots to put in here, a few more beds, hopefully, and maybe a couple other little things to put here on the sides. And then we need to find this green wallpaper on the aged wood to fill in that. And we can look over the side into the kitchen. Alright, so that is getting close to done. We need to still do a little bit more stuff around in here to make it a little bit fuller and such, but we'll get to more of that at a later time. Got a whole bunch of our tools laid out here. Now that I've got a bunch done, did find a few interesting things at that ruin. It is a little bit of a different one. Had these really neat pillars here. So it says it's shale, but it's all different colors and stuff. So it's something special that I don't think we could recreate. A few containers and whatnot from there. Oh, and we do have these cuttings that are trees that are a little more warmer setting trees. So we're going to have to get those out. And I think we've gotten a couple other little things. What if I have to find where some of that stuff is from the ruins? We have some banners planned for later. And oh, there we go. So there's this interesting little hanging thing, couple pipes, but the alchemical equipment stuff we'll use at a later date too. And getting the final bits around the outside of the house with the beams. And we got the road going this way, which we'll need to get finished up and hooked up into the rest of town, so they have a nice little fast road. And we've also kind of filled out, along with Chaos, helped build the road up around here. So in our bakery, finally got the saucepan done, so we can start doing stuff. Had also gotten all these like jars and stuff from that ruin. Got our different racks, so we can bottle racks so that we can get situated. Of course, keep up with getting some bread and whatnot finished here. Also got some peanuts finally, so I'm going to be interested in making that sort of stuff. Still got plenty of greens, got some honey, and then I added on an extra little part to the cellar because I figured, well, I'm going to need to do some extra things, and I don't have the space, so that is good. And here we are in one of Purr's mausoleums. There's Bob. There's our crystal skull Bob. He also came from a nice little ruin that I had visited and thought it would go great in her mausoleums. And she's got another one over here. She's been collecting them. Even comes complete with rubble and stuff. I'll go look over a little bit around town. She's gotten her path nice and neat done over here. Situated. Her shop is getting almost finished here. really liked that the scroll racks were kind of like basically used as like a wall over here. And then we'll have to come visit and see what she's going to be selling later. We also got, I believe that's Punk's going to be shop here. And then Chaos is also going to be starting his winery. And they got Gran in the background. We also have Shino going to be starting over here, doing a whole bunch of stuff behind his gated, walled area. Gonna have to keep an eye on his magic stuff. Pick up some good tips from him. And Chaos has been working on getting all of our garden stuff going again. Whew, more peanuts. We need more peanuts so I can make some interesting trail mix. Alright, so Bucket. No, Bucket goes under there. Alright, so I've collected a bunch of berries. So we can kind of get started with the use of the saucepan. And you need 32 to fill up the whole thing. Put the mash back in there. And squeeze the compress it down, and hold it. So at the top, our nice little gauge will tell us, hey, we still have so much liters to get pressed, and so much liters have been squeezed into below till it's done. So that will be the full capacity of that. We got one left over to eat. Yum, yum. The mash can get used for various different things. There might be some animals about that might use that. I think I'm going to need to move some of this stuff around because I'd like to get some of the oven thing going too. So let's get rid of that stuff. Put it away temporarily. Recover our block. Alright, so we have various components of our stone oven and our mod. We can put that away for the meantime. We got the heat source. Finally got that built up. That took plates to do. So let's type in our stone bake oven. And that will have the various different parts here. So we have the heat source part. So we can put our fuel in there. And going back to that, we also then have the heat distribution and then like the place like cooking surface, I guess. Have not used this one before. So that will go there and then that will go there. I might need to move some things still, but in the meantime, well, okay, maybe we can put bread on there. It's a little bit lower than 1 block, so I'm guessing I'm gonna have to like probably put some of this stuff in a different place. Okay, let's figure out where to put our cooking spot that's not part of the oven. Too close to the ladder. I think this, since this is an object, it won't be too bad having it be right by the ladder of the cooking fire right there, and then move that around. Grab us a piece of grass. Slap that down with 4 firewood, and we got our campfire. Which at some point I could make into a decorative campfire, I believe. But for the moment it is okay because it's kind of the same block type and it fits with the oven and whatnot. Alright, so let's see. I don't know if I need a little bowl here or whatnot, or if I have to do it by small increments or large increments. So we'll figure that out. Get our saucepan started up. Let's look at the syrups, because the syrups can get used in breads. We have a whole lot of interesting stuff for cooking. Fruit syrup, there we go. So it will last a lot longer. We have to reduce the fruit juice. So let's see if we need to do a liter or whatnot. Let's add actually a little bit more wood, because that needs to go A little too close to the fire there. Okay, don't think I need that. So, I think I only need the liter's worth. I'm gonna let that kind of soak on down. It is a fuel hog, let me tell you. I'm gonna have to go out and get some more peat. But meantime, we do have some, we'll have a little bit of leftover berries, and one of the good things about preserving the berries, especially since the berry bushes stop producing like spring, summer, early fall, because it's too warm here, we'll dehydrate it. We'll get some of that going. Can we put bottles in here? No. Okay, we have to do bottles in from the inside here. You know, like a crock. A crock will be kind of, you can just click on the cook pot and it'll do its thing, but no, I don't want to put the bottle down. Let's pick that up. Put the saucepan down, put the bottle. Yes, the bottle will take it from the saucepan that is out and about. Alright, so we still got some berry juice and stuff here. Grab our saute pan. Stick in our 4 liters. We're going to need more fuel. I'll use some peat this time. It'll get it up to speed pretty quick. Go ahead and put the right amount. So 4 liters will make 1 liter of syrup. And 1 liter will go into a bottle. Oh yes, now that this is ready, we can get some of our stuff down there. I'm going to put the rest of this juice in a barrel. Oh, this one's empty. I can move stuff around later on if I need to. And it'll last a little bit longer, and I don't want to have a whole bunch of buckets at this moment sitting around. So, I'm going to have to actually add more. I used my berries there. Let's add it into the fruit press, not eat it. 32 of them. And if you don't have the exact 32, if you did 16, you'd only have 5 liters. If you do a weird amount, like 28 berries or something, you're going to get like 8.75. It's going to be like just kind of a weird number, so it's just easiest to use either 16 or 32 berries there. We got our dried stuff. We can put those extra in there, and that's got a little bit more ways to go. So now we got a different kind of mash to deal with for later. Let these guys heat up. We got 4 left in here. And then the black currants will turn to a dried black currants. And those will do pretty well in the cellar. They'll last a good long time. There is our other syrup. And grab a bottle. And our saucepan. It is unfortunate that you gotta do these extra steps and not just like get it out of the saucepan directly. But yeah, definitely you can't do multiples. That kind of is an unfortunate thing. A little more fuel, actually a little less than that. It will eat all this up, no problem. Dry our cranberries. We got some grapes, a little bit of it. And this can go with our other bits in here, just so that it will keep all the full potential of the shelf life there. And the green grapes actually make raisins. It's not dried grapes. It's a nice little thing that they put in the mod that actually says raisins rather than grapes. Alright, we got our other kind of syrup stuff here. So that's a dark color syrup. Pick that up. Put that back in. Get our other 4 liters in here. So, I mean, out of one press of 10 liters, you can get 2.5 liters of syrup if you feel like that, or we can eventually get some bunch of syrup into barrels, and that'll probably last pretty well too. Alright, add our green grapes in there. We do have a little bit more currants and stuff that we could do. These bottles can be sealed. We've made the barrels from half slabs of glass. This takes like the oak bark stuff. And I have a lot of this oak bark stuff because I made all those beams. Every time you debark stuff and then, you know, got the beams, I ended up having a good bit of that left over. We got 2 liters left there. I think that will be fine. We can leave that. So we'll have at least a few containers of syrup started here. There is our oak bark. I'll probably like grab a couple. I don't know how much we're gonna need. Alright, saucepan is done. Stick that, grab our bottle. So now we got 2 of them. And we'll stick this back in here. Let's grab plain old water. And I don't know how much I'm going to need exactly, but we'll put the 4 in because, well, that's what it usually says. Oh, only 4 barks and it will start going. All right. So this will get us the boiled bark. Boy, I'm wondering how many times I'm going to have to do this. I got a lot of bark and it's only 4 pieces. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, boiled bark. We can put that away. So what do we need to do for this? Okay, doesn't like exactly show you in a grid. So we need the corks then to preserve stuff. Do I need a bottle and then the boiled bark or something? Nope. Let's H that. Okay, so let's look at the cork. Can we just look at the cork? All right. Seal and preserve. Oh, okay. There we go. Look at it exactly. You need to cut it. All right. So that should hopefully work with our little handy yep. Our little handy dandy knife. Wow. That made a lot of them. Okay, I wasn't expecting to be that many corks from 4 pieces of boiled stuff. So now we should be able to just put the bottle and a cork. Yes. And that'll extend the shelf life there. So let's just go ahead and put all of those in as well. And then when we put it in the rack, that means it'll go even longer. So we have something that will last us a really long time. 17 years is pretty good. And then we'll get into more breads and stuff later with our syrup. Thanks for watching and see you later.